I never thought I'd review a travel backpack. Hey everyone, Dylan Schumacher, Citadel Defense, and today we're here to talk about the Covert 18 pack from 511. I got this pack recently and I took it on I was gone for like 12 days. 12-day kind of family vacation time. And the whole time I lived out of this bag and then my clothes bag, which is a separate bag. And those are the only two bags I took. And I was actually very, very impressed with this bag for a couple different reasons. So let's go down to the tabletop, let's take a look at it, talk about uses, features, functions, etc. So I like this bag for a couple different reasons. The first one is, it's a non-tactical looking bag, right? It just looks like an everyday bag. They do have their fancy label thing here that says 511, but it's tuckable, right? See if I can get that out. Right there. So they do have that it is labeled there. But like I said, you can tuck this in here, which is what I did. I've just left it tucked in and tucked away. So it just looks like a normal kind of JanSport whatever pack. I like that feature, that it doesn't have tactical colors, whatever. And so for an everyday kind of travel bag, if you're going through an airport, or if you're traveling around town, or again, in my case, I was on a family vacation for a couple weeks, it's just a nice, convenient bag. It does have features that are really well built in. So first thing here, it has these water bottle pouches on the side. This is a 500 milliliter bottle, and that fits in there fine. You could probably get like one of those taller Smart Water, like 1 liter water bottles would probably fit in here well, but nothing bigger than that I think would fit well. Like you wouldn't be able to get like a 1 liter canteen in there. That might be pushing it, but 500 liters work great. Same on both sides. So I ran my water in this a lot. Again, just remember, I'm traveling, I'm tooling around town, I'm not doing anything super intense here. But this one I usually stuff my sunglasses in or whatever. The other thing I really liked about this is it has this beaver tail kind of expandable pouch thing. So when I went to the beach and after I toweled off and stuff, I'd stuff my towel in here, or if I had shoes with sand on them, whatever, I'd stuff that in here. I really liked having this extra feature outside the pack to just stuff other travel items in that I don't necessarily want mixing with my other stuff. Or again, if I needed a coat or whatever, I could stuff that in here. One of the things that I think this pack is set up for very well is that if I were to travel to somewhere and then I wanted to go to a day hike. So let's say, you're on a vacation and you're gonna travel somewhere and then you're gonna go on a day hike when you get there. Well, this pack will work great in the whole thing. I can travel it over, I can get to where I'm going, I can leave some stuff in my room, I can reconfigure the pack, and boom, I'm off for a day hike, and this is gonna be completely functional in order to accomplish that. So I really like that. The material is some kind of tough polyester, nylon-like material. Super well done, really, really happy with that. Continuing with the day hike theme. So it does have a chest strap, which is removable. You can take that off if you want. I just left mine on. But again, the padding on the shoulder straps here, it is sewn in. There's no load lifters or anything like that. Again, travel pack, everyday pack. But you could easily take it on a day hike. You could load this up, take it on a day hike, pack your lunch and your water and your poncho, whatever else you're taking on your day hike in here, and you're gonna be just fine. Back ventilation is done well, some really good thick padding in here. They even have the add-in for a waist belt if you really wanted to do that. Again, everyday travel pack. I'm probably not gonna do that, but if you're really gonna load this sucker down, you could buy the 511 waist straps, you could throw one on here, and you're off to the races. The other thing I really like, and one of the reasons I got this pack, is this has a laptop sleeve. Now the reason that's important that it's right here is if you're traveling through an airport and you have to take your laptop out, all you have to do is unzip this, right? I can unvelcro this, boom, I can pull my laptop out, set it on the counter, send this whole thing through the scanner, I get back through, I stuff my laptop back in, and I'm off to the races. That's really cool. I use this laptop container, works super well, is nicely padded, my laptop is still in one piece. It also has a hanger in here for your water bladder. So again, day hike thing, right? You get to where you're going, now you want to set this up to go on your day hike because you're going to run a camelback or whatever. I'm going to slap that in here, I'm going to zip it up, let the hose come out the top, and I'm good to go. So I think that is a actually super reasonable and good idea for a travel bag. if it's business or pleasure and you need to bring your laptop and or, like I said, set yourself up for a day hike, you can do this. You can just reconfigure it once you get to where you're going, and I think that's really well done. It has, you can dump the whole ruck here if you want with the buckles. Cool, not needed. But they put these nice little polyester covers over them, so it's not super noticeable. So again, it's not super tactical looking. And again, I like that. I think that's important. Like I said, the sternum strap's removable, so if you don't want that, you can dump it. I like the coloring they did, again, with the tan and the orange and the blue, blends in well. On the outside here, this is where things get tactical. So I still have some stuff in here. I apologize. I did bring my shot timer on vacation because I thought I'd do some dry fire. That didn't happen, I'll be honest. So they do have Molly in here. I mollied in my extra pistol mags here because I wanted to have those available. To be honest, I would have preferred if this was just a normal like organizational admin pouch with like some pen slots and whatever. That being said, I obviously used it and it is helpful. This is pretty cavernous down here. Like I can get quite a bit in here. So you can still stuff quite a bit at the bottom of that pouch, which is cool. These are just two bigger dump pouches here to put in stuff. Like you can see, I put my knife and my flashlight and my pen in here. I have some lens wipes down in here, like just stuff that I stuffed in there. So that's cool. On the outside here, they have this little pocket. I put my phone charger cord in here. It's not fleece lined for like glasses or anything, and it's fairly small. It worked for me to put my charger in there. Honestly, I'm not really sure what that pocket's about. If that was a sunglasses pouch, they probably should have fleece lined it. But, you know, whatever. On the inside here, on the main compartment, they give you two moderately sized mesh pockets. I think they should have made this one the whole size. This really isn't a very helpful size for much. I believe I put some gloves in here, and then like my cigar cutter and my cleaner thing for my optic on my pistol. And then on the top one here, I think I have a lighter and a lens wipe. So real easy there. I think they did a miss here, and they should have made this one, you know, a little bit bigger, and then they should have expanded this one way out. I think that would have been a much better use of the space. Not sure why they wouldn't have just expanded it there, but it is what it is. They're helpful for small items. Other than that, the main compartment here is just one big pocket, right? There's no mystery going on here. It's just a big pocket. I was this close. I almost got all my clothes in here and my work stuff. My goal was to try to only go on my trip with one bag. I was really close, but I couldn't quite get there because I wanted to bring some more books, which I only ended up reading 2 out of the 3 books I brought, so I guess I could have cut a book, but I was close. I do think that if I were to ever go flying again and we're going to fly out of the country, or again, I'm doing anything travel related, and it's going to be 3 to 5 days, I think you'd be close. Like you could probably get all the stuff you need in here, depending on what it is you need to bring. Clothes and stuff like that, I think would work out. The other thing I do want to mention is this really beefy top grab handle. They did a really good job here. It's got the same kind of foam lining that they have on the backpack strap, and it's really wide. That's probably like 1.5 inches wide. Let's see what that is here. Yeah, on the money, 1.5 inches wide. So it's really beefy, really thick. That's super cool. So I really have enjoyed this pack. I think they might be discontinuing them, and they might no longer be available. So you might have to find them not from 511, but somewhere else that carries 511 stuff. I think it's a cool pack. Like I said, I think they're being discontinued, and I've honestly been inspired to design some packs around this concept of a everyday travel bag that blends in. I almost forgot, there is a CCW pouch in here. It is accessible from both sides, so you can set that up however you want, right? And make that happen. So I did see that creeped open a little bit, but if I do a good job of stuffing that zipper down, that was okay. I just took my whole gun in the holster and stuffed that whole thing in there, right? I didn't put any special Velcro holster or anything like that. And then I just ran it that way. That worked really well. I do wish this was a little bit bigger, but I understand why it's not, because it blends better, right? And then if you need to get it, you can come in, disengage your holster. I can get that off with my thumb, right? So that would work. But that's how I ran it. That's how I enjoyed it. Overall, I think this is a really well done pack. I'm sad that they might be discontinuing it. I've definitely been inspired by the philosophy of it as an everyday travel pack. I think there's some cool things to be done in that space. And who knows, maybe later down the line, I will find a way to make some. So I hope this is helpful. If you're at all interested in the Covert 18 pack as an everyday kind of travel bag, I would tell you to get it. I think it does a really good job of blending in, just being a normal pack, and having lots of cool features that just make traveling and life a lot easier. So I would recommend it. Do brave deeds and endure.